Are you ready to transform your relationship with money and step into your financial power this year? Isn't it frustrating that you sit down with the best intentions to plan your expenses and set financial resolutions each year, yet somehow you find yourself in a place feeling overwhelmed by money matters? Well, this year, it's time to break the cycle. Today, we'll explore 5 powerful money resolutions that will set you up on the path to financial freedom and peace of mind. No more procrastination or uncertainty. It's time to take control of your financial destiny. Hello, and welcome to Rise to Your Money Power, where we have honest conversations to empower you around your relationship with money. I'm Pamela Plick, and I'm on a mission to empower women to confidently build wealth from the inside out. I help purpose driven women overcome feeling anxious, overwhelmed, or stuck related to their personal relationship with money so that they can become confident, achieve peace of mind, and financial freedom while making the impact that they want to make in the world. And I do this through my signature programs and services, as well as events and community. So now it's time to say goodbye to financial frustration and hello to financial empowerment. Let's dive into the 5 empowering money resolutions that will set you up on the path to financial freedom and peace of mind. Now, the first money resolution that will set you up on the financial path to freedom and peace of mind is create an empowered relationship with money. And that's one of the common questions that I get. Can I create an empowered relationship with money? And first of all, the answer is yes. And then the second question is, how do I go about it? And so I want to say, to embark on your financial journey, you want to start by gaining clarity around your money beliefs and your behaviors. You want to understand those voices in your head that are influencing your financial decisions. And I use the analogy of a financial car. We have, and I want to share that we have there's 8 money archetypes that potentially can be driving our financial car. They're not necessarily who you are, but it's really how you are energetically around money, and what are the beliefs that are going into how you make your money decisions. And so typically in the car, there's a driver. So the money archetypes that are actually driving the car are the ones that are driving your financial decisions. But it's not just one archetype. Most of us have several, not only our dominant archetypes, but also those shadow archetypes. And the shadow archetypes, I equate that to the backseat drivers. So if you've ever been in a car and you're the one that's driving, and someone in this back seat is trying to tell you where you need to go, or know you're making the wrong turn and that type of thing, those are the shadow archetypes. So typically we have our dominant archetypes, and we also have those shadow archetypes that are interfering with the financial decisions or the financial action steps that we have in mind to take. So there's a couple of questions that you want to ask yourself. First of all, why do I make the financial choices that I do? So thinking about it, and then also identify and challenge any limiting beliefs. Where did those beliefs come from? Typically, our beliefs are imprinted upon us as children. It really goes back to how money was talked about in your household, whether money was talked about. Was there a feeling of prosperity or a feeling of lack? And those beliefs, because they're imprinted upon us, then they show up in our adult lives. And most of the time they're unconscious, but they drive the financial decisions that we make. So it's important to first identify what are your beliefs about money that are not serving you. For example, I'm not good with money, or I can't make money doing what I love to do. My clients won't pay my fees, so I can't raise my prices. So thinking about what are those limiting beliefs and then challenging them. And once you recognize not only the limiting beliefs, but then also the patterns regarding your money decisions that are showing up in your life, then you'll be better equipped to transform your relationship with money. One action step that you can take is to journal. What is your earliest memory around money? Was it a positive memory? First of all, what age was it? Was it a positive memory, or did you perceive it as a negative memory? And how did that make you feel? And how that might be showing up, or that memory might be showing up in your life today. Now, you also want to write down how these beliefs are impacting your financial decisions. So, write down all of your beliefs about money. How are they impacting your financial decisions and or how are they hindering you achieving the financial goals that you desire? And then look at how can I change this belief? And then it's important also to challenge any negative beliefs and reframe them with positive affirmations. And that will help put you on the path to changing your mindset. And I also want to mention, if you haven't watched my episode related to the 8 money archetypes, you might want to go back and take a look at that. Very insightful. Now, the second resolution, money resolution, that will set you up on the path to financial freedom and peace of mind is to stop procrastinating on financial decisions. The number one mistake that I see people make is procrastination. And a lot of times, well, the procrastination comes from a lack of confidence. It really comes from fear, the fear of making a mistake, especially when it comes to our financial choices. So you want to overcome, the good news is that it is easily overcome, the fear, and it's overcome through education, financial education. So start by educating yourself. Enroll in classes or workshops, watch shows like this, and to help boost your financial knowledge. You can also look at joining communities that are financial related. They focus on uh, creating an environment to help women who are on a financial path to have the support that they need. So, joining those communities of like minded women is a great way to get that additional financial education. And then also, you want to consider working with a financial professional or a mentor for guidance. Now, you can certainly do it on your own. However, you think about how long it's going to take you, or if you've tried things before that have not worked, or you start a program and then you start on the action plan but you never follow through, then that's the time when looking for a financial professional or a financial mentor would benefit you in providing you with guidance, not only the guidance, the knowledge, as well as the accountability to making sure that you are sticking to the plan that you've created. And knowledge is your ally when it comes to conquering procrastination. And even if you're working with a financial advisor, for example, a lot of women, I hear that they don't even know what questions to ask. So, it's important that you be a partner in managing your finances, that you don't blindly turn over your finances to anyone else. And the way to do that and the way to overcome procrastination is to gain that knowledge, which is going to give you the confidence to ask the right questions. So, an action step that you could take in this area is to commit to attending a financial workshop or signing up for an online course to improve your financial literacy. And you then take the first step to overcoming the procrastination. Now, the third money resolution that will set you on the path to financial freedom and peace of mind is to know your finances. It's interesting, when I sit down with prospective clients and ask them to kind of give me an overview of their financial picture, and they're not able to do that because they don't track their finances. Now, organizing your financial information, and it's important to organize your financial information. And if you are part of a couple, you want to make sure that you include your partner in the process, because either one of you, and it's normal that usually one partner manages the day-to-day finances, but either one of you should be able to step in at any time, in the event of emergency, to take over the family finances. Now, and also transparency and communication are key to successful planning. You want to also make sure that you create a comprehensive overview of your income, your expenses, savings, as well as debt. Now, you could do this. There are programs that you can use to create the documents, but it's just something as simple as pulling out a notepad and listing all of your, what's your income, what are all of the expenses that you have, and that information is easy to get from, if you're using online banking, you can just go to your online banking site and pull that information. So looking at your income, all of the income that's coming in during the month, what are your expenses? And a lot of times, a cautionary thing here, it is important to take a look, like look at the online banking or look at your statements, because when you estimate, you have a tendency to underestimate your expenses. So subtracting the expenses from the income, that tells you what your monthly cash flow is. What is the amount of money that you have left over at the end of the month? So that's what you want to start with, your cash flow statement. Also looking at your balance sheet. What are the assets that you own? What are your liabilities? And then what is your net worth? So assets minus liabilities equals net worth. You can write that out as well. So making sure that you have those um, documents and update them periodically will help you to gain a better understanding and serve as your foundation for financial growth and collaboration with your significant other. Because if you do it on a regular basis, at least annually, then you can see year over year how your net worth is growing over time. So, an action step that you can take today, or at least schedule today, is to set aside some time for a financial discussion with your partner. And if you are not part of a couple, then put some time on your calendar, mark it on your calendar that you're going to sit down and review your financial situation. Create that financial statement, and to make sure that you and your partner are on the same page when it comes to your financial goals and responsibilities. Now, the fourth money resolution that will set you on the path to financial freedom and peace of mind is to create a monthly spending plan. And I know a lot of people feel that they hate they it's a fancy word for budget. People hate budgets, but it's actually more than that. It's important, ask yourself, do you really know where your money goes on a monthly basis? Now, a spending plan or a budget is essential to track your income and your expenses effectively, because it helps you to identify areas where you can reallocate funds to support your goals and to start living within your means and allocate your resources wisely. So, with a spending plan, it starts with where I mentioned creating your cash flow statement, identifying your income minus those expenses, right? Just all of your expenses subtracted from your income. That gives you your cash flow. From there, you create a budget which sets goals, that is spending goals that you're going to be able to stick to, that are realistic, and that you're going to be able to stick to. Now, when you're creating a budget, it's not only important to track your income minus your expenses, but it's also important to include your savings plan, uh, the amount that you're contributing monthly, or your goal for contributing monthly to your savings, as well as your any debt repayment that you might have. And so the budget not only needs to be realistic, but it also needs to balance. So if you created a budget and it doesn't balance, then you need to take a look at those expense items where you can reduce to either make the budget balance or reduce to allocate more resources towards your goals, whether it's savings or investing or other goals that you might have. So also you want to make sure that that you use your monthly budget and that it aligns with your financial goals. That's really important. So the action step you can take is to begin by tracking your expenses for a month, categorize that spending and compare it to your income, and then create a budget that's realistic that you can stick to. Now, the fifth money resolution that will set you on the path to financial freedom and peace of mind is to create a wealth building strategy. Building wealth is more than just saving. It's about making your money work for you through strategic investments. Now, a lot of times individuals will confuse saving as well as investing. But savings, there's a place in your plan for both. Saving typically is for either short-term expenses or maybe saving for an emergency fund so that if something out of the ordinary comes up, that you have the money set aside to take care of it. But savings is not building wealth. Okay, but you do need to have savings, making sure that you create a savings plan, create a reserve of at least 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses, which is housing, food, transportation, medical, and add those all up, multiply it times 3 or 6, and that's the amount that you want to have in your savings account, a liquid account. And that's what you want to add when we talked about the budget a little bit earlier, or the spending plan, making sure that you include that savings goal, that monthly savings goal in your budget. Now, with wealth building, we're talking about investments. It's important to learn the basics of investments, so that you can make informed decisions and create an investment plan. Now, it's also important, the first thing I usually ask when I'm working with investment clients, they say, I want to invest this money. You want to know, first question is why? What is your goal for investing? So that's important to know, first of all. Also, it's important to know, what is your risk tolerance? How much risk are you willing to take? Would you be able to sleep at night if your portfolio dropped, let's say 20%? Would you be able to sleep? So thinking about, what is your goal for investing? What is your risk tolerance? And then looking at specific investments that will help you to get to your goal. And it's also important to make sure that you have quality investments. And this also goes back to, if you're working with a financial advisor or a financial planner, you don't necessarily need to know all of the ins and outs of all of the investments that they're recommending, but you do need to know, what is the strategy that they're recommending and why. And this also goes back to when we talked about procrastination, and the antidote to that is financial education that gives you the confidence to ask your trusted advisor the questions to make sure that you feel comfortable in what they're recommending. Now, in addition, it's also important to have a longevity plan to protect and to grow your wealth over time. As women, we typically live longer than our male counterparts. You're married, usually women who marry, we marry men that are older than us. Um, and on average, we live 7 years longer than men. So we need to think about, what do we need to put in place and plan for a longer rather than a shorter lifespan. So making sure that you build that longevity into your investment strategy, as well as your overall financial plan. So a step that you can take in this area is to research different investment options and strategies. You want to start with small investments, or if you want to consult with a financial professional to help create a personalized wealth building plan that's tailored specifically for you, that's a good approach as well. Um, Now, a bonus tip, if you're just starting out learning about investments, a good rule of thumb is to read at least one piece of financial information each day. And that's a great way to build your investment knowledge. But it's also important, when you're doing that, to make sure that you're reading, or you're going to a site, that if you're reading online, making sure that you're reading at a site that's really wanting to give you financial education, not a site that wants to sell you something. So keeping that in mind. Now, in conclusion, your financial journey begins with your intention and action. By embracing these 5 powerful money resolutions, you're setting yourself up for a year of transformation and financial growth. Now, remember, it's not just about making resolutions, it's about taking consistent steps towards your financial goals. And as you gain clarity, you conquer procrastination, you understand your finances, you've created a spending plan and a wealth building strategy. You'll find yourself on the path to financial freedom and peace of mind. So let's recap what we talked about today. We covered the 5 powerful money resolutions to kickstart your 2024. And they are: create an empowered relationship with money, stop procrastinating on financial decisions, know your finances, create a monthly spending plan, and create a wealth building strategy. So at this point, I'd like to have you reflect on your current financials, your current relationship with money, and your financial situation, and ask yourself these 3 questions to help you gain clarity and to motivate yourself into action. Number 1, what are my most significant limiting beliefs about money, and how do they influence my financial decisions? Number 2, what financial decisions have I been procrastinating on and why? And lastly, do I have a clear understanding of my current financial situation, including income, expenses, savings, and debt? Are you ready to take the first step towards financial empowerment and success? If so, I'd love for you to join me for a Money Power Breakthrough call and to unlock the key to transforming your relationship with money. Together, we will uncover what's holding you back from aligning your vision with your goals and identify the next inspired step to pave the way for ultimate financial freedom. So you don't want to miss this opportunity to create a brighter future for yourself as well as for your business. To learn more and apply for this powerful Money Power Breakthrough call, just go to pamelaplick.com/thank you. And again, that's pamelaplick.com/thank you to access the link and schedule your call. And then once you've scheduled your call, check out my other tools and resources on the page to help you to start unlocking your financial freedom and setting yourself up for long-term financial success. In closing, I'd like to leave you with this thought. Procrastination is the thief of financial progress. Education is the antidote. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. And until next time, remember, you can rise to your money power.